Don't bite me, okay? I don't know what to say, y'all. Hey guys, it's Daniel from Mars Family Homestead, and it's not gonna be a fun video. It's not gonna be a great video, and I'm only doing this because I feel like you guys deserve it. You don't deserve it. You're a pain in the butt. But I've got some really bad news, and I don't really even feel like talking about it, but someone shot Bear this morning with an arrow. A deer hunter shot Bear, to be more specific, and it's not looking great. You're driving me crazy. You're gonna have to stop. I took Houston to the orthodontist this morning. He got braces put on his teeth, and we were there most of the morning, and DJ called me about 10 o'clock and said, hey, I let Earl out. We had guys here working on the bathroom, doing our bathroom remodel, and so we had guys in and out of the house, and I let Earl out, and him and Bear took off. You guys know how I feel about this situation. It's been a problem all summer long between Bear and Earl, and taking off. Earl never goes anywhere unless Bear's out of the pasture. Bear rarely gets out of the pasture anymore. But if he's out in the yard and we turn Bear out or turn Earl out, they take off together. 99% of the time, if Earl's in the house, you'll never see Bear leave the yard. What are you doing? You psycho. But when I turn Earl outside and Bear's in the yard, they have a tendency to bolt on me, and they're gone for several hours. And I hate nothing more than dogs roaming the woods. Just roaming dogs. It is a long hated thing of mine. I know it's my responsibility to keep my dogs at home, and it's other people's responsibility to keep their dogs at home. Get off of me, you weirdo. So, let me show you Bear real quick. When I got home from the orthodontist with Houston, I came outside to feed and check animals and do stuff. DJ and I had a few other things that we needed to go do, and I couldn't find Bear. And this is where I found him. Most of the animals are down there right now. The only two yahoos in here, Charlie and Pepper. And I know this may be a little bit too much for some people to see, and there's not a lot of blood. Dadgummit, Bear, I'm sorry. Get back. You're the problem. Get back. I gotta lock you up separately. You just caused all that. Bear hadn't stood up once since I've been down here. Go. Go in the other pasture. Go. Okay. That is exactly what didn't need to happen. Dadgum. Dang it. I apologize. I'm sorry, folks. Bear hadn't stood up a single time since I've been down here. But here's where we're at. Bear absolutely got shot by a deer hunter this morning. More than likely, it looks like he's got a broken shoulder. And whoever shot him was a horrible shot to begin with. But they were definitely up in a tree stand and shot down at him. I have given him some pain medication. I've got some Banamine for the donkeys and alpacas and stuff, and we've had some issues in the past. Hang on. I'm going to see if he'll lay back down. Okay, buddy. I know. So I did give him 1 cc of Banamine, and as you can see, he's wagging his tail. Before the incident with Charlie here just a second ago, he was wagging his tail and looking like he's gonna make it, I think, until he panicked. Yeah, I know, buddy. I'm sorry. So before you get on me about shooting a video and needing to load him up and take him to the vet and do everything, that's the... It's okay. Lay down, buddy. That's the roadblock that we're at right now. We have 3 veterinarians in our county, in our area, and we've called all 3. one office is closed at 1 o'clock on a Wednesday. The other office said, we're too busy, we don't have time to get to you, and you can take him to Oklahoma City to an emergency clinic and do emergency surgery. And then the third veterinarian we called actually was a little bit of help, but also said she couldn't get here until this evening. Now, I very well could load him up. I don't think I could get him in a pickup truck. Bear weighs 80, 90 pounds. And if I try to get him in a pickup truck, if we bump that arrow that's sticking out of him, there is a very sharp broadhead on the front of that arrow. And I'm thinking it's buried somewhere in his chest, in the bone. But if not, it could be, millimeters from a major artery or his heart or lungs. And if I move him too much, that arrow just moving around could instantly kill him, or fairly instantly. So I think right now our best bet is to wait on the veterinarian that can get here in just a few hours. It's 1:30 right now, and she can be here sometime between 4 and 5 o'clock. An injured dog is very, very dangerous. To try to coerce and move, I don't want him to bite me. He doesn't want to bite me. He'll let me pet him. He'll let me do everything, but he is in a lot of pain right now. And I gave him some pain medication, so that'll help. But I don't want to try to get him up and move him. I thought about getting a livestock trailer hooked up and putting him in a trailer, but even just trying to pull him to town, if he panics and starts moving around and bumps that arrow into the side of the trailer, or even just tries to jump and move, it could kill him. So as long as I can keep him comfortable right here and not moving around, I think that's our best bet. But guys, the honest truth, I'm just not going to beat around the bush here. The honest truth is Bear might not survive. We may end up having to put him down. If the veterinarian's going to come out, she's got a mobile x-ray system, and she can do x-ray sitting right here. And at a minimum, it's going to require a very major surgery. But I don't know exactly. I've felt around underneath. The arrow did not penetrate all the way through. It's still inside of him, and it's definitely a broadhead. If it was a field point, a broadhead is a very, well, just hang on. So here's what I was trying to say. This is an example of a broadhead. They come in all different shapes and everything, but very sharp point, designed for hunting. Once it goes in, it's not going to go backwards. You're not going to be able to pull it straight out. Most broadheads, you're not going to be able to pull out backwards. Versus a field point, this is like a practice point. If that was shot into an animal, you could just pull it out and it not cause more damage coming out. This, if you try to pull this out in reverse, you could imagine it's going to cause a lot more trauma. So it's going to take a pretty major surgery to get something like that out of an animal, where this you could just pull out. Hey, buddy. You okay? You spilt your water all over you. Houston was trying to help. Yeah. But it is a good sign that he's wagging his tail. Bear's a tough guy. And if there's anyone that can pull through something like this, I think it's Bear, for sure. And there's some major issues here, and some major things that I think are worth talking about. I hate to see an animal suffer. I hate to see any animal suffer, but especially a beloved pet. But it's a hard situation. I don't think I have any neighbors that are bow hunting right now that would do this. We do back up to our part of our boundary on our property line is public hunting area. And I'm about 99% sure Bear and Earl went across the property line onto the public hunting area, and that's where someone was hunting and shot him. My wife instantly said, "Are you going to go find this person on the public hunting area?" And, well, quite frankly, most deer hunters aren't going to be in the woods at noon, 1 o'clock, first off. And second, I'm a deer hunter myself. I've dealt with dogs chasing deer many times. As a matter of fact, right now I'm still dealing with that. I get trail camera pictures on a regular basis here on our property, and I've shown it on video of 5 or 6 dogs out running around. And it's very frustrating as a hunter to be hunting and dogs come pushing deer through. Do I think Bear and Earl were chasing deer this morning? No, I really don't, because they never chase deer. The deer come up in our yard. Most of the wintertime, we always feed corn, feed deer, feed corn to the deer in our yard. Were they out roaming the woods where they shouldn't have been? Absolutely. Was he off of my property? Absolutely. But as a deer hunter, I understand the frustration. Do I think this is okay? Absolutely not. That is not okay. Sometimes you have to handle situations, and sometimes being alone in the woods with multiple stray dogs, you got to take care of business. This was not taking care of business. This was pathetic. Okay, it's 2:15, and I came out to check on Bear, and he's moved. Like I said earlier, I did give him that 1 cc shot of Banamine, and that should really help with the pain. I was kind of hoping it would knock him down a little bit, to be quite honest, just so that I could maybe get him loaded up and move him. He's wagging his tail. I know he's not feeling good, but Bear's doing what Bear always does, and he wants to make everybody else happy, I feel like. But it just dawned on me when I was walking out here, Bear's in the pen with an arrow in him. I did not put him in here under the barn. This is an entire fenced-in area. So, just in case anybody's wondering, how did he get in here? Well, that's the thing about Bear specifically, and livestock guardian dogs in general. They're hard to keep in a fenced-in area. So my guess is, I've seen Bear do this many times. My guess is he came around here and went through this fence with an arrow sticking out of him. It broke off somewhere, so I don't know. It probably broke when he was running through the trees, if I had to guess. But he likes to climb through this fence right here. So it's got 2 barbed wires and then like 36-inch tall field fence, and he can get through there and climb straight through the fence. He can go through there as fast as a deer. But I thought that might be where he broke that arrow off. So I'm going to walk the fence and look a little bit. You know, I'm just not real sure what to do with this situation. I'm not talking about I'm not sure what to do with Bear. We're going to try to take care of Bear. We're going to try to get Bear fixed. I don't care what it costs. I'm not concerned about that. I'm just not sure what to do with the situation. Because there's a really good chance there's a hunter on the public hunting area. He's not here now. I went up there and checked, and all the vehicles are gone. There's only been 1 or 2 people hunting up there. But there's a hunter that's probably hunting, if I had to guess, right across the fence in a tree stand. That's going to say, well, I shot that dog because he was chasing deer. And I can tell you this, Bear left here sometime between 9:30 and 10 and was back home by 10:30. I was on the phone with DJ when she said, Earl just walked up. I wonder where Bear's at. And I know it sounds silly, but Bear comes back with Earl. They stay together when they leave. So I just can't see Bear and Earl making it too far off of our property. And they weren't chasing deer, I don't feel like. Is it possible? Absolutely. But I hate that scenario. I hate that situation because you guys know in the past I've dealt with dogs, and I've dealt with dogs. And it's nice when you can figure out who they belong to. We had a problem a few years ago at Mill Creek, and I knew who the dogs belonged to, and they kept coming back, and I never had to do anything extreme, never harmed any animals, but they got the message, and their dogs stopped coming back. I 100% know it's my responsibility to keep dogs at home, but you don't shoot a dog with a bow and arrow. That takes unless you're in fear of your life, and a bear is not going to hurt a human, but unless you're in fear of your life, I can't see shooting a dog with a bow. I don't know. Kelsey, you smell anything? Where'd bear come through at? Can you show me? Find some blood or something. Show me where bear went through the fence. Because he definitely just climbs up here and goes right through. But I thought I might see a broken off arrow. But I don't see anything. I don't see any blood either. I'm going to keep looking. There's some of Charlie's evidence. Hey, buddy. You gonna let me get you up and take you to the doctor? Or are we gonna have to wait on him? Don't bite me, okay? I don't like that sound. God damn it. I'm not hurting you. I'm not gonna hurt you. The arrow's definitely not all the way through. It's not coming out of him. It's lodged inside the body. I'm afraid this whole shoulder is destroyed. But the angle suggests that somebody was up in a tree and shot down. If it would have been at ground level and went straight through, he would already be dead. What's worrying me now is, as he was yelping like he was just a second ago, I could hear him struggling to breathe. I could hear gurgling sound. It's really far forward for the lungs, but it definitely could have clipped the lung, could have clipped just the chest cavity and caused to get air in the chest cavity. But like I said, with the angle, very steep angle coming down, maybe the only thing that might give us a little bit of hope to save his life, but it's not looking great. I just don't think I can get him loaded up and get him anywhere right now. I think the safest bet is to wait on a veterinarian to get here. As horrible as that sounds, as bad as that sounds, I think that's the safest option right now. Hey, buddy. So, Bear's moved around a little bit this afternoon, but he's not going far. I'd like to get him up in the stall up there where we'll have better light. I'm afraid it's going to be after dark before the vet gets here because of our time change. But we're doing okay at the moment. Not great, but we're doing okay. He did get up and move around. I don't know why, but he has moved around some. This looks horrible. Dadgummit. I'm sorry, buddy. And this is a major concern to me, is he's got some pretty labored breathing, and it feels like his chest is filling up with fluid. He looks like he's kind of getting fluid around his chest cavity. And it might be air in there. Honestly, I'm not sure. But Kelsey, get back. I really, really, really wish I could get him up and transport him, but I just don't feel like that's the smartest move for him right now. You all right, buddy? I can feel, I think it's fluid in there. That's not good. Dadgummit. What kind of person does that, Kelsey? I get it. If it's a dog, an animal that's out here harassing livestock, chasing your chickens, or messing with goats or cows or whatever it is, I understand. This is just cruelty. And Bear's the last dog in the world that deserves that. Come on, buddy.
I know. It's okay. We're gonna go night-night, okay? You're gonna take a long nap. It'll take about 5 minutes for him to feel the effects, and I'm gonna go get my tote that has everything in it I need. But this is, did you feel that, Daniel?
Oh yeah.
That's air.
It's gotten a lot worse throughout the day.
So somewhere there's a puncture in the pulmonary cavity,
Mm-hmm.
which makes this all worse.
My thought was I wasn't sure if that shoulder was destroyed or not. It looks like it's in front of his
Yeah, it is.
scapula and stuff.
So there's your humerus, and then this is the scapula, and it missed all that. Dang. What an asshole. I mean, if you're going to shoot a dog, kill it instantly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let it go home. But I've seen them blow up like this, and I've seen them seal it right off after the object is removed. So.
Come on, dude. You're heavy.
Oh, there.
Yeah, he is.
Did you open the gate already?
It's open. Yeah.
Okay. Kelsey, here. She don't know what's going on.
Is that the only onion you got?
Yeah.
I love onion. Oh, that thing's stuck right in the sternum.
Yeah, it's. I thought I could feel a little bit earlier, but it could have just been bone I was feeling. But it is in there hard.
This is your sternum. Now that's the Zoford process you feel to do CPR. So his heart's right here. I can't believe he's still alive. That is
He's a tough old
It
guy.
is stuck in the humerus. It's stuck right in that joint.
And
So his leg must have been bent up like that.
absolutely.
And then,
That's exactly how it looked this morning because he was laying on it. He had his leg up. And he wouldn't let me do much, but I thought I could feel the tip of the arrow, but as hard as you're pulling on it, I don't think that's even...
it's lodged in the femoral scapular joint. And once you pop it out of there, it's just a ball. It wouldn't be fair to let him go through that.
Right. I get it. A mechanical broadhead sometimes, but rather than that, no, the arrow shouldn't... It's just not made to come backwards, though, you know.
I mean, my professional opinion is pretty this way.
That was my fear, but...
It's getting... Only humane thing to do is to put him down.
I really kind of figured that's where we would be.
So is Gherkin treating you good?
Well, it's our third kid, so
Yeah,
we'll keep going back for more.
Both my boys went to him. Now the youngest one went back for Invisalign because he's so self-conscious about his teeth, and he didn't wear his retainers after he got braces. I don't know what to say, y'all.
I don't know what to say. I'm a hunter, and I will continue to be a hunter. But that right there is not meant for our pets. There's a time and a place where dogs need to be handled, taken care of, for certain reasons. And Bear walking through the woods today didn't earn it. Even if he did chase a deer, he didn't earn that. It's not a habitual problem. It wasn't on a private landowner. A person hunting on the public land cannot justify what he did today. It's pretty sorry, if you ask me. Bear's, he's a legend in my mind. You guys have seen him for, I would say, all of our YouTube career. He's been a character. He's always been that guy. It just, you know, it's one thing when you lose a pet. Like we went through that with Bella. I had to have Bella put down a couple of years ago, and it's just part of being a pet owner. But right now, my wife's really upset because she's blaming herself because there was chaos here today. We had contractors here working, and then some other contractors showed up that were supposed to be painters, and they showed up with 2 vehicles and 4 or 5 people and kids, and she said it was just chaos for a few minutes while they come to look at the job. She let Earl out, and Kelsey and everybody and dogs and were going crazy, and Earl and Bear were both outside in the yard, and then they weren't. And 30 minutes later, Earl was back at the house. And Bear wasn't. As I said earlier, Bear was a livestock guardian dog who had a job and took his job very serious and did a great job. I've never had to leave chickens in a coop because I don't have to worry about raccoons and possums and skunks and varmints getting to my chickens because Bear was watching over them. Anytime we had baby goats, I never lost a single baby goat to a predator because Bear was watching over them. And anytime my kids walked out in the woods, well, we never lost a kid. But Bear knew his job, and he did it well. And I'm going to miss him. I'm going to miss him because some selfish human, And I am torn here because I have a little bit of sympathy on both sides because I am a deer hunter and I know what it's like to deal with dogs that aren't controlled, deal with dogs that aren't staying home and running deer and running livestock and all those things. I've dealt with it. That's not Bear. It's easy to say, but it's not Bear. Everybody would say that, I guess, but not my dog. I know when my dogs are guilty, and I admit it. And this has been an issue this summer, and I've addressed it even with you guys. I've ran through the woods chasing Earl and Bear down. My wife had to come pick me up on the road about 2 miles away one day, I don't know, a month or two ago, because I chased him so far and ended up catching Bear and sent him home. And he was here when I got back in the vehicle. He knew he was in trouble, and Earl was gone for another hour. But we've gone through a lot of really good times over the years with Bear, and he's been a huge part of this YouTube channel and a huge part of our family and our farm, and he will be missed. Today we say goodbye to a legend. Tomorrow we'll dig him a hole and put him in the ground. I'm trying to decide where to bury him, and right now I told DJ the best spot I can think of is right by our front gate. A place where bears never spend any time because our front gate's a long ways from our house. But right by our front gate, I think would be it'd be a fitting spot for Bear to watch over us. What's up, Bear? You been good this morning? Are you being good? Ooh, you smell funky, boy. What you been eating? Kind of smell funky today, but you're a good boy. As little input and as little money going into them as possible, because there's not a huge profit. Like, what, Bear? You just want more attention all the time. Get him, Bear! I think they got a coat. Want to make sure he's not hurt. Come here, Bear. Come on. Come on, Bear. Are you all right, buddy? Are you okay? Oh, look at you dogs. Y'all are just fine. I don't see any injuries. Bear's got some blood on his foot. Come here, Bear. Bear, come here. Come here. I don't know if you guys can see it. He won't be still. There's a little blood on his foot. I don't see any blood on his face. No injuries on his neck. And most people will tell you not to love on your livestock guard dogs. But how do you not love on Bear? I mean, look at him. Oh, Bear, you're such a silly boy. Bear and I will see you on the next video. Oh, Bear. Ain't that right? Girl. Bear. Uh-oh. Go get him. Go get him. Lost one. Bear's after it. Yeah, Bear got it. We have one little baby get away from us. He didn't make it very far. Somebody got him. Good boy, Bear. Good boy, Bear. Good job. You did good. Boy, buddy. Good boy, Bear. You and Bella did good this morning. Yeah. Got rid of that mama pig.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed.
There you go. There he is. Just can't think of a better place to put Bear than watching over us as we come and go. Right here by the front gate. Try to find a special place to put my dogs. Because they do mean so much. They do. There is something special about dogs. Faithful, loyal companions. And that's why I put Bella down by the creek, because that's where she'd want to be. Even though this is not a spot where Bear hung out, I think it just says a lot about him. And we'll think about him every time we come and go. It's crazy how an animal can have such an impact on people. A little furry dog that never says a word its whole life can speak to our heart more than people do a lot of times. I could show 100 clips of Bear over the years, and I'll show a few, but you guys know how important he was to us, and I know that he was, in a weird way, important to so many of you because of what Bear symbolized, what Bear stood for. Most livestock guardian dogs are left out in the pasture with their animals, and the owners say, don't touch that dog, don't pet that dog, he's got a job, and I respect that, and I understand that. Bear wasn't that dog. Bear knew his job, did it well, and still was a very loving companion. In a different world, he would have probably been the greatest service dog you ever met, because there was not many others like him, and I'll miss him. The whole family will miss him. Houston's pretty tore up about it. I didn't want to video any of that, but he was pretty upset. DJ blames herself. She's pretty upset. It's crazy. She was taking pictures of Bear in the pasture with the donkeys just the day before. And she's got him on video when she was out there giving the donkeys treats. And the day of. It's crazy. Just helps go to remind us we never know. None of us ever know how much time we have on this earth or what's going to cause the end of us. And you always have to be prepared for that. And whatever that means to you is up to you. But I know what it means for me. And I know I want to go to heaven someday. Not today. There's a job for all of us to do here on this earth. We're here for a reason, but we're not here for a long time. Life is but a vapor. And I could talk about that for 2 hours probably. Most of you understand and know what I mean. Life is short. Cherish it. Love the people around you. Black Bear loved us.